Well, contrary to what the weather forecast might indicate, it is still basketball season. And we have a game here tonight as the Bluefield Beavers come up from Mercer County. And, they've got a donut in the win column so far, but don't let that confuse you. This is a team that is a lot better than what their record may indicate. As we bring in my broadcast partner, Mr. Chris Rader. And, Chris, that seems to be the indication that you got from Andy Keys, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And it's funny, Lucas, you and I were talking a little bit before the game off air, and I think we both got online and was looking at Bluefield's record. And when I saw 0-11, it blew my mind because, we've talked before about Bluefield's rich tradition in football. They have a very rich tradition in basketball, too. And it's hard to even process the words that Bluefield's 0-11. But when I was looking at their schedule, they're not getting blown out. I mean, they were within 6 points of Shady. They were within 7 points of Princeton. They were within 7 or 8 points of James Monroe, 4 points of Pikeview. So I had a chance to talk to Andy Keys briefly before the game started, and that's the first thing he said. He said, do not be fooled by their record. He said they're much better than their record. So I honestly don't know what to expect here tonight. It's weird to see Bluefield with an 0-11 record, but I think we're going to have a really competitive game like it normally is between Oakhill and Bluefield.
We can certainly hope so, and we'll find out after the national anthem. So we'll see how this game ends up playing out. But I have to agree with you, Chris. I would expect it to be a much closer game than perhaps what Bluefield's record would indicate.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think we're going to see a blowout. Bluefield really, they've been in just about every game that we've seen anyway. And a lot of the scores against common opponents are pretty comparable to what Oakhill has done against some of these opponents. So I did, talking to Andy for a couple minutes, he said he thinks the key player for Bluefield tonight is going to be number 12, Jay Smith. He scores a lot for him. He facilitates. They like to draw and kick, so he'll get in the lane and they'll put some shooters in corners and he'll try to find shooters. So Jay Smith is kind of the key player for the Beavers tonight. And I asked him about, what they like to do defensively, because I know in years past, one of Bluefield's calling cards, was just pressure. And I mean 94 feet of just in-your-shirt pressure. And he said they don't really do that as much this year. And for whatever reason, I don't know if they don't have the depth, they don't have the athletes, but he said they play strictly man-to-man for the most part, but they don't really pressure you 32 minutes like they used to. And Lucas also asked him about the previous game. They lost a really tough game to St. Albans on Saturday, 56-53. You could tell it was still on his mind a little bit. They had a lead with under 2 minutes left, had a couple key players foul out, had a couple empty possessions, ended up losing a tough Quad A game. So they want to get back off the schneid, and they don't want, they certainly, I think there's a pressure now when a team comes in 0-11 winless. You don't want to be their first win.
No.
So I think you feel a pressure not to be that. And he said this is a lot better team than the record indicates. So I think there is a pressure not to break Bluefield's string here.
Something I found out in talking to the Greater Beckley guys when we did that game over the weekend, there is now a rating system in basketball like there is in football. So if Bluefield were to pick up that first win, a Quad A win for a Double-A team, that would be huge for them.
I would still, when you get into regional play, I would still consider Bluefield a dangerous team. I heard unofficially that they've made 13 straight state tournaments, so that's definitely in jeopardy, but we'll see how it goes tonight.
Jack Hurt has it now for the Beavers, starting up the first possession of the ball game. He got it over to Jeffrey King.
Well, this is Smith. This is the kid to keep an eye on. He took Cole Nelson right to the basket. Nice little left-hand layup to start the game. And Andy told me that would be the key player that they have to stop here for Bluefield.
Levi Kiss, over to Armani Hicks. Hicks in the corner over to Cole Nelson. Nelson trying to go to the bucket himself. Kicked it out wide to Brent Connolly. Connolly putting a nice spin move up. He can't get it to fall.
It's a tough turnaround.
And King brings the rebound down. Smith thought about it. And down to go in the corner there to Ricky Dunford. Smith will put a three up. He got it.
Quick five for Jay Smith.
That ain't no 0-11 team.
No, they don't look like an 0-11 team, do they? They sure don't.
Levi Kiska taking to the bucket himself. Can't get it to fall.
A lot of contact. They let it go.
Down.
There's Smith facilitating. They got, absolutely.
Devin Totten drains a three. And all of a sudden, it's 8-0 Beavers early.
Quick 8-0 start. Yeah, you're right. This does not look like an 0-11 team, does it?
No. Armani Hicks kicking it out. Tom Jones for three. It's short. And
that's going to go to Bluefield. That went off Armani. So Oakhill definitely, they need a stop here, man. There's something about going down double figures sometimes I think gets in your head.
Yeah.
You don't want to go down double figures here that early.
Jack Hurt for the Beavers taking a look from the sideline. Hurt handling the ball. He got it over to Ricky Dunford. Now it's Jay Smith for three.
Wow.
Got it.
That is a quick 8 points for Smith. An 11-0 lead here for Bluefield.
Levi Kisk over to Cole Nelson for three. It is off the mark.
Yeah, you can see that was long the second. And Smith couldn't quite corral it, so that's going to stay with Oakhill. But, yeah, really tough. I mean, Bluefield hasn't missed a shot yet. They've got a couple of hometown rolls on our rims. And Oakhill needs a bucket here in a worse way. It's a tough shot out of the set.
But That's a
tough shot. Yeah, he sure did.
11-3, Oakhill is on the board.
They had a hand in Conley's face on that, too.
Ricky Dunford over to Jack Hurt. Hurt will take it himself, and they're going to call him, I believe, for a walk.
So Oakhill is switching those high ball screens, and then they're trying to switch back once they get through the screen. But they're right now they're deciding to switch those high ball screens.
Armani Hicks will cross the halfway line for Oakhill. Over to Cole Nelson now. Kiska trying to create himself. Got to do something with it. Does got it over to Nelson. Now it's back in the hands of Tom Jones. Jones. Kiska in the wing. No good. Armani was in there on the rebound, but he'll lose out to a Beaver. Going to go ahead now is Jay Smith. He'll put up one he finally missed.
Yeah, that was a heat check right there.
Kiska. Tom Jones. Armani Hicks thought about a three, thought better of it. From the foul line. Got it!
You know, it's not often that Armani has a size advantage on somebody guarding him, but he does with Jack Hurd out there. He's able to get that shot up over him.
Hurt going inside to Smith. Smith will draw some contact there, and the foul.
And that'll be a shooting foul. Brad Compton is going to tell us who it's on here in just a minute. I could not see.
I couldn't either.
Not sure who to give that to.
What we can say with absolute certainty is that Jay Smith is at the foul line, and he will be shooting 2 with his team up 6. His first free throw is no good. Don't know what his average is, but I'm going to assume him missing a free throw is a rarity.
Yeah, that's the first time he's missed. Well, he missed that 3 earlier, but yeah, he's off to a hot start. Already with 9 points to lead all scorers. He's got 9 to Bluefield's 12.
He has half the points of the game total.
And he's guarding Oakhill, what I think is their best player in Levi Kiska. That's
Cole
a good
Nelson.
look. I'd like to see Cole just pull that. I think Cole had a good look at it.
And Bluefield's going to come away with it. And out come the Beavers pushing. It's Jay Smith. Smith will draw the foul yet again.
Yeah, that's going to be on Brent Conley. He tried to cut him off baseline. Couldn't quite move his feet fast enough to do that. That'll be Brent's first and the team's second.
Jack Hurt. Got it back. Hurt for 3. Got it.
That's a poor closeout. They got to get out on him better than that. And Andy Keys is going to talk to him about that. That was a poor closeout.
He said, fellas, we need to have a talk about this. It's 15-5. Bluefield has come in here, and they lead it.
Well, on that possession in particular, Hurt caught it at the top of the key, and you had 2 Oakhill players who just kind of stood in the lane and didn't try to close out at all. And you can't give a kid that wide open a look without at least getting a hand out. So that was a poor closeout, and I think that's why Andy Keys took the timeout. And I can see him in the huddle right now. He's chewing on them pretty good, and they deserve that.
Referee says, all right, boys, you're done. Let's get back to action, and we will. With 3:59 to go here in the quarter.
Yeah, Oakhill's going to have to pick up their defensive intensity here a little bit.
It's going to need someone who inbounds here that isn't all the way over there on the other end of the floor. And he has it now on Armani Hicks.
Well, they got a mismatch with Conley. If Conley can post Hurt up, that's a big mismatch. But he's going to come out to the wing, and they switch back. That's a tough finish.
That's a really tough finish, but he got it.
It's going to be on number 3, Jeffrey King. That is a really tough finish inside by Brent Conley. He's got 5, and he's looking to add to that with the and one here.
And he will. Lead now, just 7. Jack Hurt. Over to Ricky Dunford.
Again, I mean, that's a too good a look. They have to fight through those screens a little bit more than that. That's just too easy, in my opinion.
We back up to double digits for Bluefield.
They gotta come through that harder than that. And you see Bluefield, and that's going to be on Jay Smith. That'll be his first. Now, that's something that Andy Keys mentioned to me. He said they won't pressure you the full court anymore. He said, but if they get you in a spot on the court, they feel like they can trap you, they will. And you saw at that time as they tried to trap Armani as he got toward that corner.
Cole Nelson over to Levi Kiska. Kiska getting out wide. Shot is no good from Armani, and Bluefield's back out on the break. Here's Jay Smith. It's over to Ricky Dunford on the wing.
Too easy. And I'm sound like, I know I'm a broken record. I'm not trying to be too hard on them, but that's just too easy, Lucas. They're getting wide open looks out there, and they're burying them. And Jay Smith with the steal, and I think he's going to be fouled by Brent Conley. I think it's going to be Brent's second. So quickly off the bench is going to be Carter Richardson. And the unfortunate part of that is, Brent's got a quick 6 points. He's been an offensive spark, but he got himself in foul trouble. So he's got to come off the court with those 2 fouls.
This game going sideways for Oakhill at the moment.
They're going to have to pick up the defensive intensity. There's just no doubt about that.
Amari Helm trying to go back to Jay Smith and a whistle on the floor.
I think we're going to have an illegal screen. Yeah, that's going to be on
Devin
Totter, and that'll be his first, and that's Bluefield's 3rd team foul. And Andy Keys was lobbying for that. He saw it too, but refs caught him.
Armani Hicks with the ball now for Oakhill. Jeffrey King was in there trying to steal it, but he was unable to come up with it. Hicks thought about a quick 3, and now he'll look over his options. It's in the hands of Tom Jones now. Tom Jones.
Tough
Goes
shot.
Up, can't get it. In there was on rebound. It comes out to Kiska for 3. Got it!
Oakhill needed that. Gets it back to 10.
Jay Smith.
That's a tough matchup for Cole Nelson. He's given up a lot of size to Smith.
Kiska was in there on the glass, and a foul would be called as Jeffrey King went to the bucket and got it.
That's going to be on Kiska. That'll be his first. King's first points of the game, and he's trying to finish the and one as he crashed the offensive glass hard that time.
It's Armani Hicks now. Hicks over to Carter Richardson inside. No foul called, but
Yeah,
there was contact.
I mean, I thought he flopped on that. And that's actually what caused Carter to trip over him, is he flopped.
Ricky Dunford over to Jay Smith. Smith got it back out to Dunford. Dunford the top of the key. Back out now to Amari Helm.
Good game by Armani.
Oakhill trying to go up the floor. It's Kiska.
It's going to be a blocking foul. That'll be on King. The only question is, are they going to say, was Levi in the act of shooting or not? They're going to say he wasn't, so he's going to inbound underneath his own. Levi thinks he was. It was close. I couldn't quite tell.
You can make an argument either way, and I would believe it.
Hurt's going to check in for King with those 2 fouls.
Armani Hicks will go to the bucket. From the foul line, can't get it. He's in there on the rebound.
Yeah, he went right by him. He just couldn't knock down that little mid-range jumper, but he went right by Hurt that time.
Helm brought the rebound down and he's got it back. It's back over here in the corner that was Devin Totten putting it up. It's no good. And Kiska will bring out the rebound. He'll go back up and it fell.
Really smart play by Levi Kiska. He saw Jack Hurt, knew he could just bully him and took him right under the paint, got an easy layup. Big size mismatch. Good recognition from Levi Kiska. Good hands. Nice play by Cole Nelson. He throws it off Jay Smith, and it's going to be Oakhill ball. As they're finally starting to show a little defensive intensity, which was really lacking a big part of that first quarter, in my opinion.
17 seconds, 14 now to go in the quarter. Levi Kiska kicked it out wide to Armani. Back out to Kiska. Kiska for 3. It's short. And out comes Helm. Helm will put I think the buzzer just about went in.
Yeah, it did. It was close.
So after 1 quarter of play, Oakhill finds themselves down by 10, 23-13. We'll be back for the second quarter after this on the River Network. Welcome back to the Lowly Center here. Lucas Berry, Chris Rader here with you. And, well, we told you before the game that Bluefield's an 0-11 team. They're not playing like it, and they're up by 10 on Oakhill.
No, and I heard, I went to check the foul situation on the way back. I heard Andy Keys talking to his team, and he was emphatic. He said the shooters are 12 and 10, and they did not do a good job in finding Jay Smith and Ricky Dunford. And there were a couple of lazy closeouts, I thought, on three-point attempts that first quarter. I thought Oakhill was starting to pick up the intensity in the latter part of that quarter, but they're going to have to get back in. They're finding themselves down 10, so they got to pick it up on defense.
Tom Jones, Cole Nelson, Carter Richardson, Kiska. Tried to go back out to Richardson. It's saved, and Kiska has it now. Levi Kiska. Cole Nelson. Nelson will put a floater up. Can't get it to fall. Richardson's in there on the glass.
That's a great job by Kiska. Nelson got the rebound, but Kiska's the one that kept, or excuse me, that was Carter Richardson. They missed a couple of floaters, man. Had pretty good looks at that. Just couldn't knock them down.
Jay Smith into the corner.
Much better job by Carter Richardson getting a hand in his face that time, though. Nice pass, finish it. Couldn't.
No, and Tom Jones will.
Nice job by Jones to run the court.
23-15. Back to single digits for Oakhill. Smith over here in the corner to Amari Helm.
That's better defense. That's a tough shot, but that's better defense.
Back to a 10-point lead now, 25-15. Armani Hicks for Oakhill.
That's going to be Smith's second. They caught him on a reach in, so he's going to have to be careful with that. So that's his second.
Tom Jones will inbound pretty much right next to the Bluefield bench.
Now, we've seen Armani be able to get by Jack Hurt a couple times off the dribble. And, again, he's got a size advantage on Hurt, which is unusual for Armani, but he can get his shot up over him if he wants to.
He just juked Hurt right out of his shoes, and he went to the bucket, got his own rebound. Trying to put it back out, he can't, and it comes back out to Carter Richardson over to Levi Kiska. Kiska's going to the bucket. Not tough shot, nice finish.
Good ball rotation, too, off that offensive rebound. They caught Bluefield in rotation. Kiska got his man up in the air and had an easy drive.
Ricky Dunford now over to Jack Hurt. Hurt going inside. Smith wide open, can't get it to fall.
That's the easiest shot Smith's had all night, and he couldn't get that one to fall.
Oakhill pushed up the floor now. Here's Cole Nelson going to the bucket. Not going to go. And out comes Devin Totten. It's Jay Smith. Long range three. It's an air ball.
Yeah, they don't want him shooting. That's too deep and a little too quick trigger. He's off to a nice start, but I know Coach Tony Webster can't be happy with that shot.
No. You said this earlier. That's a heat check.
Yeah. That's a big-time heat check.
Armani Hicks for Oakhill. It's now the lead by Kiska. Tom Jones wondering if he'll drop out for three. It's Kiska for three instead, and it's no good. Smith brings the rebound down to Bluefield.
Solid look. Solid look. You'll live with Levi taking that.
Hurt got it over to Amari Helm.
They're doing a better job finding the shooters right now, though. And that's going to be a foul on number 11, and that'll be Devin Totten, and that's his second. That's the team second here in the second quarter. But I can tell you already here in the quarter, Oakhill's doing a better job of finding the shooters and closing out on them.
I believe someone called timeout. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Bluefield at this point. Oakhill has started to eat their way back into it. It's only an 8-point game, so it's a little bit better than it was, but it's a whole heck of a lot different.
So they have picked up the defensive intensity, which is what I said I'd like to see them do here in the second quarter. They've done that. Now they got to hit a couple. They've had some good looks. They missed a couple of mid-range jumpers, a couple of floaters. So now you just got to hit some of your open looks. But they have picked, Bluefield had 23 points in the first quarter, only 2 here in almost the first 3 minutes of the second. So the defense has picked up a little bit.
5:18 to go here in the second quarter. It is, like we said, a 8-point lead for the Bluefield Beavers. And I hate to keep beating I hate to keep sound like a broken record, but it's still true. Bluefield does not have a win this year, so if they were to knock off Oakhill tonight, it would be huge.
Yeah, I mean, that would be big for them. You know, obviously we're coming at it from an Oakhill perspective. We don't want that to happen, but and I'm not. But I got to be honest, man. When I looked at after talking to Andy, then after looking at their schedule and how they've lost some of these games, I thought this would be a good game. I mean, they don't. You're like we've said, this does not look like an 0-11 team, man.
I promise you, we'll stop talking about that at some point. Maybe if Chris just starts smacking me every time I want to bring it up, I might stop. Here's Tom Jones. Antoine Hicks. Now back over to Cole Nelson. Nelson kicked it over. I think that's Kiska for 3. It's off the mark as Brent Conley's back into the game. He was in there on the rebound, but he couldn't bring it down. And out from the Beavers now, it's Jack Hurt going to Jay Smith. Smith, nice kick out, but it's intercepted as Conley goes up. Nelson got it!
Oh, wow. I don't know how he got that in. I didn't think Nelson had the angle to get that in, but he somehow forced it in. They got it down to 6. Good defense by Conley down there on that end. Good closeout. Oh, they got him on the foul, though. Just as I was bragging on Levi, that's going to be a second. It was a good closeout, but I guess he fouled him following through. And you hate that. You never want to foul somebody on a 3-point shot. But I am happy to see Oakhill at least finding the shooters and closing out on them now. But you got to be disciplined about it too. But Dunford misses that first one. He's got 6.
Missed the second one as well. I almost said missed them both, but it's a 3. And that's you don't see that very often.
No.
One for 3 from the foul line.
So Dunford's got 7 now. The lead is 7.
Cole Nelson.
It looks like Bluefield went to a 2-3 now, Lucas. They've switched up. So they've come out of their man. They're in a 2-3 now. And you had Brent Conley in the lane. Usually you want to try to get it in the middle and then facilitate from there. And Brent Conley was the man that was kind of parked at the foul line, looking to see if they can go inside out through Conley. As Cole Nelson, no-look pass. He tried to get it to Kiska in the corner and just zipped it right to the door. So you hate to see that. Just a careless turnover right there. And speaking of careless turnovers, Jack Hurt tried to feed it to number 2, Amari Helm, and Helm wasn't looking for it. So back-to-back careless turnovers by both teams.
Levi Kiska with the basketball now. Nice.
That was good anticipation.
Nelson, he can't hit it. And Helm will bring the rebound down.
Yeah, Helm almost had that steal.
And Amari Hurt puts it pretty much right in our wheelhouse.
Yeah, two careless turnovers there for Bluefield. As Hurt just couldn't corral that pass. He was looking to shoot the ball before he caught it.
Levi Kiska. Cole Nelson. Antoine Hicks. Back over to Cole Nelson. Kiska. Tom Jones in the corner. He'll kick it right back out to Kiska. Nice floater from Levi, and he got it.
Yeah, Levi found a little gap in that zone, a little miscommunication. Levi made him pay. He's got 9 to lead Oakhill, and that cuts it to 5. Cole picks up a cheapie. That'll be his first, and that'll be the team 3rd, I believe, of the quarter. So Bluefield's not quite in the bonus yet. As Oakhill might be in their own 2-3 now, Lucas. I think Oakhill's went zone now, too.
Helm trying to go inside, and I think that'll be off of Tom Jones, so we'll keep it on this end. Jay Smith. Fed it out. Ricky Dunford from the wing. No. Smith on the rebound, though. They'll put it on the deck and he'll get it.
And Smith's everywhere. He really is. He's got 13.
Kiska. Cole Nelson. Tom Jones in the corner. Back out to Nelson.
Good ball movement. They caught Bluefield in rotation. Just couldn't quite make him pay, though. It was good ball movement. I liked it, but you got to knock down some of those open looks.
Dunford from the wing again. He can't knock down an open look. And Kiska will.
He's going to be fouled by number 3, King. That's going to be King's third. So we'll see what Tony Webster wants to do as Jack Hurts quickly back up off the bench. And I think King's going to check out with those 3 fouls.
That might be important. We've seen King be a fairly important player for Bluefield so far. Maybe not a scorer, but impacting the game in other ways. Cole Nelson.
Bluefield staying in that zone. Kiska found a spot in it, though. He found the weak spot in the middle. Let's see. That's on, and that's going to be on number 11, Totten. That'll be Totten's third. So now Bluefield has 2 starters with 3 fouls. That's presenting a problem for Coach Tony Webster as Kiska now gets in double figures with 10.
And the lead is down to 6. 28-22. Slowly, Oakhill's been chipping away at this thing. And Kiska again misses the second free throw. Dunford. Nice feed inside, but it was...
Kiska knocked it off of Dunford. So great. Levi's really good at that. He's really anticipatory. He's got good hands. He causes a lot of turnovers for teams, and he did a nice job deflecting that pass and knocking it off of Dunford.
Cole Nelson.
Found that weak spot in the zone again, and he can facilitate from there.
Conley for 3, got it.
He's got 9.
Don't look now, but it's a 3-point game.
Well, that's always a weak spot in the zone. If you can get it in the lane, then you can run your offense from there, and that time they were able to run it through Kiska.
Dunford going up, drawing a foul himself.
So Conley, that's going to be 3 on Conley by my account, so that could be a story because he's got 9. And that'll send Dunford to the line as Armani Hicks checks quickly back in, and I think we're going to see Conley take a seat, which makes Oakhill a little smaller. Dunford's got 8 now, and he'll have another one coming to him. And so we have a 24 that's checked in for Bluefield. I don't have a 24 on my roster, so we'll get that at halftime. As Dunford misses that second one, and Jones corrals the rebound. Quick
Jones
trigger 3.
No.
Nice shot by
Antoine. Way in there. And Armani's going back. Tom Jones putting it up, can't get the ball.
I'd like to see Armani just shoot that ball. I really would. I thought he had a good look in the lane. I'd like to see him just put up a little floater right there. Good catch. Brad Compton just saved our equipment.
Oh, yeah, he did.
So Lucas Oakhill's got it down to 4. And I think Bluefield's went back into a man. And again, Kiska sees a mismatch. You got to shoot that. Tom should have shot that.
Smith lost it himself.
He picked up a foul. Yeah, I would like seeing Tom take that little mid-range jumper. He's capable of hitting it. And he shouldn't shy away from it. And that's going to be underneath. I think it's Oakhill's 4th team foul, so nobody's shooting yet as far as common fouls go. They got to find Dunford over here in the corner. They didn't.
He'll drain that.
He's got 11. You got to find the shooters. That time they fell asleep. Dunford had a wide open look.
Kiska, what a block inside.
Man, that was a lot of contact for no whistle on that. Andy Keys is not happy. That might be a makeup call. They called Smith on a charge, and that's Smith's 3rd. I'm not so sure I thought there was a lot of contact down at that end. They
Nope.
didn't call anything. I'm not so sure that was a charge. That might have been a makeup call. But Tony Webster cannot be happy if that was a makeup call.
No.
Because that gives his best player 3 fouls. Because he checks out, and Jeffrey King checks back in with his 3 fouls.
With 28.6 seconds to go, Oakhill will try to eat into this lead a little bit before half. Nelson, no.
They just can't knock down those outside shots, Lucas. I mean, they're getting pretty decent looks, but they're not falling.
Amari Helm. Helm, no look pass almost. He got it back from Jack Hurt. Hurt in the corner. Got it.
It's a tough way to end the half for Oakhill.
Buzzer beater 3 makes the lead double digits again. After a half of basketball, it's 35-25 Oakhill, and a lot of questions to answer for the Red Devils in the second half. We'll see if they have those answers after this on the New River Network. And we're at halftime at present on the New River Network. Oakhill finds themselves down by 10, 35-25. Here to a Bluefield team that I'm going to say this one more time for the halftime audience, then we'll let it go. Hasn't won a game so far, but they're in position to do it now. And they play like a team that is anything but 0-11.
Yeah, they jumped on Oakhill early, and to their credit, Oakhill had cut into that lead, which I think got as high as 13 at one point. Oakhill got it back down to 4, and then right before the half, boom, boom, 2 threes, and we're right back out to a 10-point lead. So that's been the difference in the game. Bluefield unofficially has hit 8 threes, and Oakhill just cannot connect. And they're getting some decent looks, but Oakhill can't connect on their 3-point shots. And they did a really poor job in the first quarter of finding Bluefield shooters. They were giving them good looks. I thought they improved on that in the second quarter until the last minute of the quarter, and they lost a couple of shooters. And we have a correction, and I don't know who sent this in, but we appreciate it. So we've been calling number 4 Jack Hurt all game. That's actually Davion Hickman, and he's got 6 points. We were going by the SSAC roster, and the SSAC roster had Hurt as number 4 and Hickman as number 0. So we apologize and want to thank whoever corrected that, because we want to get kids' names right. So thank you for that.
Yes, echo that completely. Just about set to get going here in the third quarter. Oakhill trying to mount a comeback yet again. They've gotten it down, like we said, to 4-3, but then Bluefield balloons it back out again.
Here is something to keep an eye on, though. Bluefield has 3 starters with 3 fouls, including Jay Smith, who's got 13 points, and he's the game-high scorer. So you really got to keep an eye on that, because Bluefield could get themselves in a bad way here pretty quickly.
We might find out just how deep this team is.
Yeah, we might.
Bluefield will have it, though, to begin the half. And it's Davion Hickman, first chance to issue the corrected title for the young man.
And Oakhill's back in their man-to-man defense. They went zone for a little while there, but they're back in the man.
Hickman's over to Amani Helm. Tried to go back out. It's stolen by Tom Jones.
Good first possession for Oakhill. Nice steal.
Armani Hicks for the Devils. Cole Nelson.
Looks like there's a little confusion for Oakhill on this offensive set right here, Lucas. Andy Keys yelling a lot of instructions. Looks like there's a little. That's a good look for Cole. Can't hit it, though. Nice
Jones in there on the
Jones,
rebound.
though.
He'll get it back out to Cole. Kiska going to the bucket himself. Got it.
And honestly, they're not knocking down their threes. That's probably going to be Oakhill's best bet. If Kiska's got to get in the lane and he's got to try to get some layups and hit some mid-range shots. They can't give that up to Hickman, though. Right back. Hickman's got 8.
Kiska nearly lost it, but he will finish.
And that's going to be an and one. That's going to be Dunford. That'll be his first. And again, I think Kiska's – Andy Keys told me the previous game that we did that when Kiska can get both feet in the lane, that's good things usually happen for Oakhill. He's physical. He's a strong kid. He can get off his own shot over most players, and that's 2 times here he's been able to get just get little finger rolls, and he's trying to finish this one, and he does. He's got 15 now. He's the game-high scorer for both teams.
7-point game, 37-30. Bluefield has the lead and the ball. Amari Helm back over to Jay Smith, one of those players with 3 fouls. And he just drew one right there.
Yeah, and again, I'll say this again. That's a tough matchup for Nelson. He's given up a lot of length and a lot of size to Jay Smith. Smith reminds me a little bit of the Hawthorne kid from Beckley. He's long. He can get into the lane. He can hit threes. And I know Cole had that defensive responsibility when they played Beckley. And I thought Cole guarded him as best he could while he was giving up size to him. And I think he's got a tough matchup here with Smith, too. He's doing the best he can, but you can't all of a sudden grow 3 or 4 inches.
No.
Smith's just going to be able to get his shot off in most cases over Cole. Cole's doing the best he can with him, though.
And he missed both free throws.
Smith has really struggled from the foul line here tonight, though. Oh, good hands by Hickman. He just picked Kiska clean that time.
He'll go up.
Couldn't finish it, though. Jones with the rebound.
And out come the Red Devils. It's Levi Kiska. Will go to the bucket himself. He got the finish.
Yep. And that's got to be Oakhill strategy now. Levi's got to be trying to take it to the hole, draw fouls, and then get his shot off. Down to 5 here, Lucas. Levi with 17 now.
Amari Helm. He'll go to the bucket himself, and he'll draw the and 1.
That's going to be on Cole. Cole's quickly got 3 now. Helm back, he's in the scoring column for the first time, but that's been the story of the game. Every time Oakhill cuts into the lead, Bluefield, they just can't quite get over the hump. Bluefield responds to it. Helm missed that one bad.
Cole Nelson, no.
Smith,
in there fighting on the glass, and he'll keep it in.
Smith really bothered his shot that time.
Kiska for 3, got it!
He's got 20. He's got all 10 of Oakhill's points here in the second half, Lucas. Really hot start for Levi.
Hickman, nice feed outside. And they're going to say that's out of bounds. Oakhill ball.
Well, give credit to Armani Hicks on that, too. Hickman tried to go by him, and Armani cut him off, and he forced that pass. So nice defense that time by Armani Hicks.
Levi Kiska has the basketball. He got it back from Cole Nelson. Armani Hicks.
And Bluefield's back in the zone, Lucas. They're switching defenses. They're back in that zone now.
Hicks thought about it. Chose differently. Trying to go back to Jones in the corner, was deflected, and out come the Beavers. Jay Smith.
Yeah, that's going to be on Armani's. He got just a little too handsy that time out front. He picks up his first, though. He's not in any foul trouble.
And that is back out to Davion Hickman. Over to Helm. Helm trying to go back inside to Ricky Dunford.
Good block by Conley. Nice save. Nice job by Brent Conley on the defensive end.
Now finish. Nelson goes up. Kicked it back out to Kiska for 3. It's off the mark. And with the rebound will be Jay Smith for Bluefield.
That's a deep 3.
Boy,
another heat check from Jay Smith, but he hit that one. He's got 16. And again, every time Oakhill gets it down to 4 or 5, Bluefield stretches it back out to 7 or 8.
If Jay Smith gets hot again, Oakhill's in a bad way. Tom Jones, Kiska. Back out to Armani, who will take the 3. He can't get it to fall.
Great rebound by Levi.
There, and he finishes.
He's got all 12 of Oakhill's points here in the second half, Lucas. Most of them coming in the paint. He's got 22 for the game.
Helm back over to Smith. Smith going outside. That is a corner 3. It's off the mark. But Hickman will bring the rebound down. Number 11 is Devin Totten. Before Bluefield took that shot from the corner. It's Jay Smith. Off his foot. And now it's Ricky Dunford. Smith in the corner.
We're going to have a foul over here.
Leston way off ball then.
That's on Brent Conley. That's his 4th. So that's a big key foul for Oakhill. As Antoine Hicks is going to check in for him. And Brent's probably going to be on the bench for a while with those 4 fouls. And he's got 9 points. He's played pretty well here for Oakhill tonight. That makes Oakhill smaller, too, with Antoine coming in.
Hickman. Dunford now over to Smith. Now back out to Hickman over to Devin Totten. Trying to go back
Nice
inside.
overplay by Tom Jones. Really good post defense that time.
Levi Kiska. Antoine thought about a 3, then puts a floater up. He can't get it to fall. And it will stay on this end as it goes off a couple Beavers.
So I'll say this. Jay Smith did a nice job down here this time of cutting off Levi. Levi was trying to get into the lane, and he's really hurt Bluefield. Smith cut him off, wouldn't let him get both feet in the lane that time. Good defense.
Tom Jones.
Threw it away.
Hickman. Over to Jay Smith. They'll try to go back inside. And it's now Oakhill's ball. It's in the hands of Tom Jones.
Tony Webster won't be happy with that. That was a little too loose.
Kiska. Nice move. Wow. What a pass that was. It goes back over to Cole Nelson.
You're in that zone. Kiska's at the foul line where that's the weakness in the zone. He had a good shot, just left it short. It's going to be a 30-second timeout for Bluefield here, Lucas.
Let's keep it here. 2:24 to go. In the third quarter, it is back now to a 5-point game.
And Oak Hill hasn't quite been able to get it. They get it down to 4 or 5. Bluefield hits a shot, gets it back out to 7 or 8. So they haven't been quite able to get over that hump. It's been a good competitive game. And Oak Hill has gotten back in it on the heels of Levi Kiska. He's got all 12 of their points here in the second half, and he's really doing a good job of just getting into the lane and finding the shot, because the three, they're not knocking down their three. So they need Levi to get into the lane and hit some layups, and he's been able to do that.
It sounds so simple, but it really is true. If you make shots, it becomes a whole heck of a lot easier.
It does.
But here's the thing. It sounds so simple, but Bluefield's made shots that Oak Hill hasn't. That's why they're ahead. That's
been the difference. Bluefield has hit their open looks from outside, and Oak Hill simply hasn't. So they're trying to go inside with Levi, and it's working, but they got to get some stops on the defensive end, too.
Davion Hickman.
It's
nice feed
pass.
Inside to Smith.
A lot of contact, no foul. Tony Webster wanted a call. I think he probably has a point there.
Kiska's going to the bucket. He will draw the foul, and we'll see who that's on.
This could be a big call if it's on Smith. That's on 11.
It's on Devin Totten.
So that's his fourth. So, again, that could be, but if that was going to be on Smith, which I thought it might be for him, that would have been his fourth. So we'll see what Tony Webster wants to do here. And quickly, it looks like Amari Helm is getting up off the bench to check in for Totten. He's going to take a seat with those 4 fouls. Now, Kiska missed his first foul shot. Missed both of them. You hate to see that. That's a really good drive by Helm. Really good drive.
He'll draw the foul, and that's going to be on Cole Nelson.
That'll be his fourth. So now Andy Keys has a decision. We see Ronald Thomas, who has been getting in the rotation a little bit with Ivan Purdue out with an injury. He's going to get his first action of the night, and Cole Nelson's going to have to take a seat with his 4 fouls. Now, I think, I've mentioned this a couple times, when Ronald's got in the game, I think he's been playing well for Oakhill when he's been getting his varsity minutes. As Helm knocks that down, he's got 3, and the lead is 6 now. But this is a key spot for Ronald Thomas to come in the game.
Antoine back to Armani. Armani will go to the bucket, put his shot up, can't get it to fall. Got a lot of contact there,
too. A lot of contact, no call, though.
And it's off of Jay Smith.
Bluefield threw it away, though.
Levi Kiska. Ronald Thomas for 3, no.
Airballed that one. And I think Andy Keys is telling him, hey, let's just set that up.
Right.
Yeah, let's run our offense there. Maybe it might have been a little too quick trigger for Andy right there.
Davion Hickman for Bluefield. They put a 3 up. It is short.
That's a good closeout by Tom Jones, though. We're going to have a foul. That's going to be on number 3 for Bluefield. And that'll be Jeffrey King, and that's his 4th. So now they have 2 players with 4 fouls. So they are in foul trouble now. But that's a good closeout. Tom Jones came off that pick. He hedged hard. And that was a good closeout that time on Hickman.
Surprising me a little bit is that Bluefield's not going to the bench with a player with 4 fouls on the floor.
It might show their lack of depth.
Right. Antoine Hicks over to Armani Hicks.
Bluefield in a zone. Jones can hit that.
They
rattled
nearly
out.
did. But Antoine was in there on the rebound trying to cause some commotion.
And Lucas, that's been the story of the game. Oakhill, when they get three-point looks, they're just not knocking them down. It's not there from the outside for them. Smith thinks he has a mismatch. He's going to try to take Jones off the dribble. That's pretty good D by Jones, though. You know what? That's not bad D. You have to kind of live with that. Smith has 18, but you could tell when Jones switched out on him, you could tell Smith wanted to take him.
Armani over to Antoine. Antoine fed it back to Armani. And got it over to Ronald Thomas in the corner. Now it's Tom Jones.
They're paying a lot of attention now to Levi in the middle of that zone.
Armani it's off the mark. And Bluefield's going to have a shot here, the last shot of the quarter, if they can get it off. They got it off, but it was off the backboard. And after 3 quarters of play, it's an 8-point deficit for Oakhill yet again. 45-37, we'll be back for the fourth quarter. After this, do not go anywhere. We are back for the fourth quarter on the New River Network. Lucas Berry, Chris Rader here with you. 45-37, Oakhill trails Bluefield in a game in which it's following the same pattern. It seems like Oakhill gets it down to 4 or 5, and then Bluefield goes on a little bit of a run. Then Oakhill goes on a little bit of a run, and then Bluefield answers.
Yeah, when it's all said and done, it was a 10-point lead to start the half. It's an 8-point lead now. Oakhill had it down to 4, but yeah, every time Oakhill whittles it down, Bluefield stretches it right back out. So Oakhill's got 8 minutes to get back in it here, but they need to find some offense other than Levi Kiska, who scored all 12 of their points here in that third quarter.
Ronald Thomas, speaking of the number 12. And there's another number 12 in there, Jay Smith, who knocked it out of bounds and will stay Oakhill ball.
So Kiska's in the middle of that zone, and right now they're paying a lot of attention to him, which theoretically should probably free up somebody out on the outside, but Oakhill hasn't been able to hit any three-point shots. And you can see they're a little reticent to shoot it now. Usually Tom Jones will shoot that.
Yeah. Ronald Thomas trying to go back inside for Levi. Tough shot. Can't get it to fall. Got his own rebound. You put it back up and in.
Just a great job by Levi right there. It was a really nice pass by Ronald Thomas. Levi missed it, but fought for his own rebound. He's got 24 to lead all scorers. But they got to get some stops down here. And again, Smith has Jones when he's trying to take him off the dribble.
Well, it's Helm, I think, for 3. And Oakhill comes away with the rebound. On a steal, it's going to be Kiska going coast to coast. He can't finish, but he will draw the foul. And we'll see who that's on.
I think it's going to be on number 4, and that'll be Davion Hickman. And I got that as just his first. He's one of the few players not in foul trouble. And again, that's been Oakhill's solution here in the second half is Levi just going to the rim hard, and it's worked. But they got to get a couple more stops. He's trying to get it back down to 4. Rattled that out. Neither team has helped themselves at the line a whole lot. They've had a lot of empty trips or half-empty trips at the line when they've went.
Kiska comes up empty there.
Yeah, that's tough. When you're trying to get back in, you got to knock down your foul shots.
Jay Smith.
Great D that
Stolen
time.
away. It's Ronald Thomas coming ahead now for Oakhill. And Armani Hicks going in. He got it.
Armani's got 4. He's the one that caused that and finished it. Great job, Armani Hicks, that time.
Davion Hickman for Bluefield. Jay Smith.
They got Jones back on him, so they switched that. Whew, rattled out. It was in and out.
Well, a few things hasn't gone his way tonight. Kiska.
And again, Bluefield's in the zone right now.
Ronald Thomas. Kiska in the corner. Thomas. Antoine Hicks. Back over to Ronald Thomas now. Armani Hicks. He'll take a 3. In and out.
Just cannot hit him. Just can't hit him. And Bluefield's wanting them to do that. They're collapsing in on Levi underneath, and they're daring Oakhill to take that. They just can't hit him right now.
Amari Helm.
That's a good dish. Good, really good D. Good help by Tom Jones. Good recovery.
Armani Hicks.
Oh, he faked him out.
Armani. Andy Keats wants to talk about it. With 5:12 to go in the game, his side held possession there for a long time, but couldn't find an open look they liked.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot going on that possession, and you can tell right now where they've missed so many threes. They're hesitant to take the threes that they do, that they are, getting looks at, because you keep missing, and I get it. Your confidence gets shot after a while. The only offense, Levi Kiska's been the only one to score here in the second half for Oakhill. He scored all their points here in the second half. But when they're in that zone down here, the zone is really, he's drawing a lot of attention. 2 or 3 guys are just kind of collapsing back. And Bluefield's kind of telling Oakhill, hey, you want to shoot that? Shoot it, because we don't think you can make it.
Right.
Oakhill so far hasn't.
And then the counterpoint to that is whatever Bluefield's willing to make one, they've usually done it.
Yeah, that has been the difference in the game. Bluefield's hit their shots. Primarily Jay Smith, who's got 18. That's a game high for them. I do think Oakhill has done a better job as the game has progressed in finding shooters and picking up their defensive intensity, but they dug themselves a hole. Bluefield jumped out to an 11-0 lead. They've led wire to wire, and Oakhill has done a good job climbing back in, but they can't quite get over the hump and tie the game or take the lead.
As we get back to action here, real quick, highlight what we might have in terms of Bluefield's foul trouble. They've got a few players who are really on the edge.
Jeffrey King and Devin Totten each have 4, and Jay Smith has 3. So that's the foul situation for Bluefield. And then for Oakhill, Cole Nelson and Brent Conley each with 4. They're both on the bench right now. And those are starters for Oakhill.
Armani Hicks, Tom Jones.
Conley's back out there. That's a great pass.
He'll get fouled. He'll go to the line.
So that's a really good set from Andy Keys out of that timeout. Ricky Dunbar picks up his second. But that's a great set. They pulled Levi out to the three-point line that time. Of course, he drew a lot of attention when he got the ball, and he found Conley underneath. So nice set out of the timeout by Coach Andy Keys. Now, Conley has to knock these down, though, and he back irons that one.
Still a 4-point game, 45-41, 4:33 to go in the game. Oakhill trying to make this a one-possession game once again. I think they're going to get Tom Jones for a lane violation there.
They swallowed their whistle. So Conley's in the double figures now with 10. And that cuts the lead to 3. So it's a one-possession game. It hasn't been a one-possession game in a long time for Oakhill.
Davion Hickman. Amari Helm. Jay Smith.
It's a good, strong take by Smith. He drew the foul. That's going to be on Levi. That's his third. And, of course, when Bluefield needs a basket, they put it in the hands of number 12, and he's had a great game. Now, I will say he struggled at the line here tonight. He's got 18, but he hasn't been great at the foul line. Because he missed that one. And you can tell he's really frustrated with himself right now. That's the only thing he hasn't done well tonight. Everything else, Jake Smith's done really well tonight for Bluefield, but he struggled at the line.
He knocks one of his 2 down.
He's got 19 now.
(46-42) is Brent Conley. Haven't seen him in a while. It's Kiska for 3. It's short. And Hickman will bring it back down for the Beavers. Ricky Dunford. Jay Smith. Back out to Helm. Helm will put a 3 in the air. It is no good. But the rebound will be stolen away by Tom Jones.
Tom Jones has been really active on loose balls here tonight. He's done a nice job getting possessions for Oakhill. That's a good pass.
Skiska. I think I heard the crowd wanting a walk from the Bluefield section. They didn't get it.
Kiska's checking his nose and his chiclets. He thought he got elbowed. Bluefield thought he walked. Kiska thought he got fouled, so nobody's really happy right now. But it is Bluefield ball.
As we're going to take a look at Kiska, make sure he's okay.
I don't see any blood.
I don't either, but they're giving him a towel just in case.
Yeah.
So 3:31 to go here, 4-point game in Oakhill, 46-42. Bluefield trying to come on the road and beat the Red Devils. And, of course, the weird thing about that is that these two teams will play right back again in Bluefield in about 2 or 3 days' time.
Yeah.
So whoever wins this game who loses this game is going to have a great chance for revenge the next game they play.
Yeah,
at least for Oakhill's next game.
They'll see each other very quickly. I think it's Friday night down in Bluefield. Again, I think we talked about that the last game. That's kind of a scheduling quirk where you have you play the same team twice in a 3 or 4 day period. So they're getting to know each other really well, and they'll get 4 more quarters of each other Friday night. But this one's not over.
No.
So 4-point game, and you have to think that number 12, Jay Smith's going to get the ball and either put it up or facilitate for one of his teammates.
Yeah, he's going to play a big role in the conclusion of this game, that's for sure. This is Davion Hickman for Bluefield. Jay Smith.
Cole Nelson's up off the bench. It looks like he's ready to check back in with his 4 fouls to see who he goes and gets.
He's going to go get Antoine.
So Antoine's going to take a seat, and the senior's back in the game for Oakhill.
Has Tom Jones sat a minute in this game? I don't think he has.
He's played a lot. He really has. Usually him and Carter Richardson will kind of switch in and out, but he's played a lot here, and he may have played the whole game. He hasn't scored a lot, but I think he's done a nice job defensively for Oakhill and on the boards.
Smith for 3, short.
That was a great rebound.
He'll go back up again. He'll bury it.
So I want to give credit to Jeffrey King for keeping that possession alive for Bluefield. Big rebound, stretched it back out to 6. He really went up and got that. Good athlete.
Armani Hicks nearly has it stolen away. It's Cole Nelson. Nelson will take a 3. He can't get it.
That's been the story of the game. Oakhill just cannot knock it down from the outside. And now Bluefield can be very patient here with a 6-point lead. They don't have to be in any big hurry.
Hickman.
And Oakhill's only got 1 team foul, so they're going to have to foul a lot. Jones again, another big rebound for Oakhill.
Nelson got it.
Nice take by Cole Nelson. He's got 4 now. That cuts it to 4.
48-44. 2:05 to go in the game. It's Jay Smith. He'll put it up.
Wow, that is pretty. He's a really talented player. He's got 23. We
get the feeling that Oakhill's going to have to drain a couple threes here. As Kiska's going to draw a blocking foul.
No, I've got that as King's 5th. So by my count, he's done. And that should send Kiska to the line. I think he was shooting.
Well, Bluefield's got a player up off the bench. They've got Devin Totten up on the bench.
Devin Totten's going to check in for King. So King, by my count's done. King is a really athletic player. His athleticism jumps out at you.
Levi Kiska got the first one. It's a big one.
He's got 25 now. I couldn't get that one to fall, though.
One. It's Jay Smith. Timeout taken by Bluefield.
So we're in a situation now, Lucas, where, there's a minute 40 left, and you have to think Bluefield is wanting to burn some clock here. They want to try to make Oakhill foul them. Oakhill's only got one team foul, so they have a lot of fouls to give before they get in the bonus. So interesting little cat and mouse game here between the two coaches. I have to wonder if Andy Keys is maybe at some point going to send a double team, maybe try to trap somebody, create a loose ball turnover. And then if Bluefield, if that happens and Bluefield then gets an easy look, you have to think they'll want to finish it. But I would think they probably want to burn a little bit of clock here. But it is just a 5-point lead, so you can't just think about taking all the air out of the ball.
No, you can't just sit on it.
Yeah.
Not only that, but you mentioned that Bluefield is trying. Okay, Oakhill's got a foul. At some point, if you're Bluefield, do you go after the players who you think may have 3 or 4 fouls, try to bait them into being the ones that foul you, get them out of the game?
Sure. I mean, Cole Nelson's got 4 and Brent Conley's got 4, so that's something else. And Kiska's got 3. You don't want to get him in trouble. So that's another strategy you got to be aware of if you're Andy Keys. If you get to the point that you have to foul, you have to have the right players doing the fouling.
Right. We've got a good one for you regardless of how it turns out here in Oakhill. It's a 5-point game with a minute 40 to go in it. Bluefield trying to come on the road and win.
So I'll be interested to see if Oakhill tries to send a trap on a ball handler here early. Oh, they threw it away. Oh, they're going to give that to Bluefield. I must have seen it wrong.
No, I saw the same thing you did.
I thought that was Oakhill ball. There's some confusion.
There's no way.
Okay, that is Oakhill ball.
Okay.
I think they initially signaled it was Bluefield ball, but yeah, they just threw that away on the inbounds. And there wasn't a ton of pressure from Oakhill either on that.
No.
Nice pick and roll. Oh, Conley couldn't finish it. It was a great set. It was a great pick and roll. Conley just couldn't finish the bunny right there. Big play. And see, Cole's got to be careful. He's got 4, and that's going to be it for him.
So Cole Nelson is fouled out of the game.
Yeah, he's going to foul out with 4 points.
With a minute 17 to go.
So Antoine's going to check in for Cole Nelson.
Jay Smith in the corner. Back out to Helm.
Oh, he got
stolen away. Here's Armani Hicks going to the bucket. Got it in the foul!
Big play by Armani Hicks. He got the steal, and he's trying to finish this and get this to a 2-point game. That foul's going to be on Hickman. That's just his second. Armani's now got 6, and he's trying to cut the lead here to 2 with a minute 3 to go.
And he will. 2-point game in Oakhill. Jay Smith. It goes back. No, didn't cross the halfway line. And Smith has it now. He's being pressured by Antoine. And the Oakhill bench wanted it to be given to them, but they will not have it.
Bluefield's being awfully loose with the ball right now. And if you're loose with the ball around Antoine or Armani Hicks, they'll take it from you really quickly. Well, that's a travel. That's Oakhill ball.
Wow. Oh, what a drama we have in the Lilly Center tonight.
So, Lucas, Oakhill's never had the lead. They haven't been tied since it was 0-0. And they're trying to tie or take the lead here.
Levi Kiska got to get across the halfway line first. Kiska going to the bucket.
Charge. That's Levi's fourth.
With 35.8 seconds, it puts Oakhill in a tough spot.
They got to press. I have to think they want to try to trap somebody and create a turnover if they can. They got Antoine on Jay Smith. I thought he picked him. They called the foul.
Man, I thought he had him picked.
So I think that's going to put Jay Smith at the line. That's Oakhill's 5th team foul. So Bluefield will be shooting on every foul now. Big call.
Coach Keys wants an explanation. He's not happy about it.
Yeah, he doesn't love the call. I mean, you can go either way on that. Excuse me, I thought Jay Smith was shooting. I guess he's not. This is a side inbound. The next foul, Bluefield will be shooting. And there's a pick.
Kiska. No. Antoine Hicks, it's no good. John Jones is in there on the rebound, and Brent Conley will foul.
Wow. That's going to be Conley's 5th. He's out. Levi's really upset with himself. He's played a great game, but he had a look at that layup to tie it and just missed it. He's really upset with himself right now. So that's going to send Helm to the line.
This crowd's into it, trying to force a miss. And it worked.
Somebody's got to check in for Brent. I have him with 5.
I think they're going to go to the... Yes, they went to the book to make sure.
Yeah, what I'm saying is unofficial, so definitely don't go by what I'm saying, but I've got Brent with 5.
And it looks like it'll be Ronald Thomas getting the call.
Yeah, Ronald Thomas is going to check in for him. So this is a big foul shot. Even if he makes it, it's a one-possession game. It'll be a 3-point lead.
But if he misses, hold on to your hats. This place is going to go crazy. And Oakhill's going to have a chance to tie or win on the last shot. He got it. Timeout, Oakhill. 15.1 to go in the game. It's a 3-point lead for Bluefield.
So I have to think that anything they do here, they're going to go through Levi Kiska one way or another. You don't necessarily, there's 15 seconds left. If you want to, you could try to get a quick 2 and then maybe get a steal or foul Bluefield again. They've struggled from the line here tonight. So you don't necessarily need a 3. You can maybe try to get it in Levi's hands and get him into the lane. If you do want to try to shoot the 3-pointer, Bluefield's probably looking for that. Again, you can probably go through Levi and have a draw and kick situation. And then at this point, who wants to take that 3-point shot? Because Oakhill's really struggled from the 3-point line here tonight, Lucas.
I was going to say, how poetic would it be? An Oakhill team that has not made many threes, if any, tonight, has all of a sudden a chance to tie the game with a made 3-pointer.
Yeah, and at this point, somebody's got to want to take it, though. And, confidence is probably pretty low right now. Nobody's really seen the ball go through the hoop for Oakhill from 3-point range tonight. So we'll see what Andy Keys wants to draw up. He's drawn up some nice plays out of timeouts 2 or 3 different times that we've done games here this year. But again, it depends on what his strategy is. He might just want to try to get a quick 2 here and
then go to the line.
And maybe foul Bluefield and make them hit foul shots that they haven't been great at hitting tonight.
Because that's been one thing Bluefield hasn't done well tonight, is having shot well from the foul line.
No, they haven't. But I think whatever you do, you're probably going through Levi Kiska one way or another.
Yeah.
He's got 25. He's been your best player here tonight.
Antoine will inbound. All the way back out to him on the other end of the floor. Got to go. Over to Antoine Hicks. Tom Jones. Levi, like you said. Tom
Shoot
Jones.
it!
Jones, no. Saved in, and that's how the game ends. Oakhill had their look, and it didn't fall. And just look at what this win means for Bluefield. For the first time all season, they have won a basketball game, and they do it in Oakhill.
So I said something coming out of the timeout. I said, it's who wants to shoot it. And I'm telling you, Lucas, you saw that right there at the end. Tom Jones had a good initial look from the left wing and passed it up. And when he passed it up, he got it back too late, and then he had to rush it. But I was afraid that might be the case. When you don't see the ball go through the hoop, you don't have the confidence. And Tom's a good player. Tom can hit that shot. But I don't think he wanted it right there at the end because he's just struggled tonight. And that was one of my concerns coming out of that timeout, was who was going to want to shoot that ball.
Well, our final score here, as Bluefield comes in and wins their first game of the year, 51-48 over the Oakhill Red Devils. These two teams will meet again in Bluefield on Friday night, and we'll see how that result plays out. So, for Chris Rader, Darren McGuffin on camera, I am Lucas Berry. Good night from Oakhill, and congratulations to Bluefield.